So, what an eating disorder is an intrusion in the process of receiving. And I'm sure there are many different reasons why, uh, like many types of eating disorder or the root cause of eating disorders might be many. But this is what I constantly have been experiencing and seeing in my life. Um, it can Eating disorders also have a lot to do with control and a way to, like, you can stop eating or eat too much or whatever, but um, just in a very broad sense, eating disorder, I would zoom out in this video and say it's a receiving disorder. So you feel like everything is always there's always something in the way for you to receive. It can be energetically, people, things, inconvenient happenings like events, or the way that everything plays out is always that something gets hindered, something gets in the way. And this loop is just it's really not fun to live in. um, and actually, when I say it's not fun to live in, it's actually because sometimes fun is the intrusion, because somebody is too careless, because somebody is too nonchalant and they just throw something, like they don't care. It's healthy to be able to be flexible, to change plans, and have uh, a guest to knock on your door that you didn't plan for. And there's in life there should be room for that, without it feeling like an intrusion. Happy surprises, and that's the good way. But if it's not good surprise and if it's not good surprises and it happens constantly, and it feels like a setback to you and a hindrance, that's when it can uh, benefit you to actually look at your your expectations and your time flow. Do you actually have time for yourself whenever you are doing, speaking, saying, connecting, acting on your ideas? Are you giving it that extra little tiny moment where you um, have yourself with you, and you have your um, your depth and your body with you? Um, and you might have noticed that I just dropped in my expression, like my voice dropped. That's because my energy dropped in in my one side that was actually um, not grounded, and that was because I was ahead of myself. And when we stop being ahead of ourselves, we also stop disrupting other people's flow and plans and uh, the flow of things. So we stop being saboteurs and start being in perfect alignment with um, abundance, deliberate creation, healing, allowing for healing, allowing for the full expression, the fullness, not just bits and pieces, but the fullness of our own experience, and allowing other people's full experience. But the work really is to allow ourselves to have that time and not be stressed by other people's lack of this. Like people that do abandon themselves in the process of doing and acting and moving and making things happen. So when we start moving at their pace, people that abandon themselves, it creates a cycle where we also abandon ourselves. And all of a sudden, we are in a reality where self abandonment is the cause of movement, and that's not a prosperous reality that comes from that. So I encourage you to take your time, have yourself with you as you take action, as you move through life, as you express yourself, um, and have the bravery in you to not feel rushed by other people's pace. Because now you know that if it's too fast for you, it might actually because it's too fast for be it might actually be because it is too fast for them too. Um, and that means it is good for everybody when you take charge of your pace and having yourself with you all the way.